Guys, where's the snow? It's a week before Christmas. Where's the snow? When did December start looking like November? It's gorgeous, though. 2024 is ahead. And I have a ton of anxiety about it. Let's look at the year ahead and talk about how I manage my anxiety during times like this. And you thought this was a pre-recorded vlog. See you live in a moment. Thank you all for being here this evening. I had originally planned, as you could kind of tell from the opening, to do this as a traditional vlog, but unfortunately, the workday at my day job got ahead of me, and I wasn't able to finish recording and editing like I had hoped over lunch. So instead, welcome to doing this Vlogmas edition live. My name is Jenna O'Malley. I am your soul writer, author of sci-fi fantasy with dashes of romance and nerdy references. Alongside the raw stories my characters weave throughout time and space, I help other soul bards get back to sharing their healing medicine through their own writing by actually getting back to creating the worlds they love. So a couple of things I want to do before we get talking about my 2024 plans and then my tips on what I'm doing to manage my anxiety. Let's go ahead and say hello to chat since we are indeed live, everybody. Mama Maggie can't stream hop, but thank you for stopping by. I hope your computer gets situated soon. I know the tech gremlins have not been kind to you this year, my friend. Rachel, oh, thank you for bringing some hot cocoa, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. And Mom is here. Jess is here. Kat is here. Kat. Hey, if you need some rest, my friend. Oh, it's the blue light blocking. I understand. My glasses, when I got these, they need cleaned actually, but when I got these, I got them for, like, they have the blue light installed, and they said it's better than having to deal with two pairs of glasses. So understanding that need. You do what you need to, friendo. Jess, luckily the last time you got a new prescription, yeah, same. Aw, and we love you, Mom. We do. EM back. Hi. Oh yes, 2023. Oh my goodness, have you been you? Mel, thank you. I had messaged Mel earlier and I was like, suggestion on time to do this, and because I wasn't sure if Angela was still doing the 3 to 5 slot for sprinting earlier today, and I didn't want to overlap them. Plus, I'm not sure if JD's going at 9, so we're going to keep this short, sweet, into like half an hour is my hope. So thank you very much for sending some friendos over. Hey, yes, send us some snow. The Cheesecake Man's birthday. The Cheesecake Man has a birthday in a week. We would love a white Christmas so he could have that on his birthday. Yay for the glasses. Anxiety, unfortunately, is a lot of our lives. And Inca, you better be going to bed. Hugs. Congratulations again on the win recently, friendo, for Ream Stories Rainbow. Well done. Gotcha. So you just use them as reading glasses. Gotcha. According to the calendar, thank you for confirming. So what I really wanted to focus on today, what are my plans in brief for 2024? We know I have a Kickstarter coming up. And while that's kind of spiral staircasing last year, looping, improving skills I've already used, I'm worried because I'm going for, instead of a $500 goal, I'm shooting for big and bold, and I think I'm going to shoot for anywhere between 1K and 5K. It's a big leap, but it's going to be 7 books in total. That's included because it's the 5 core to season 1, plus hopefully the side quest series, which is like just stories that don't fit in the main plot line, but kind of like the Marvel universe with certain things you need it. But but you don't have to. And that's the side quest series. So the first one of that, and I need to finish writing some of the short stories for it, is Arya and the Winged Ones. So getting all those written. Plus I have another story about one of my other characters I want to put together called, and you heard me say this in another vlog, 6 weeks but 3 years. So there's like 4 books I got to finish writing, editing between now and then. Not going to happen with the snow. I know it's going to be too warm. It's going to be too warm, unfortunately, but we can dream. And will there be a I had hoped to do a Howto Kickstarter in January or February. Because in January, for those of you who are anime fans, a group of us are doing #AnimeTaughtMe. And literally we're looking at what watching anime taught us about writing different things. I've reached out to collab with a couple of awesome epic authors, many of whom you've seen on this channel before through Soul Care Sundays. And they're very excited to share their perspectives. And we're all kind of collectively doing that in January and February. So I think it's going to be quite the blast. I probably am going to do the Kickstarter stuff as well as a reflection of how I'm building my Kickstarter. Because if you go back a year ago and look at my first Kickstarter, there's a playlist somewhere here on the channel for it. There's a playlist somewhere here on the channel for it. And it kind of takes you through a little bit step by step of at least my media releases and what I did to pack it up. I'm going to show more ground lay work this time around. And yes, hugs to the stuck in traffic hubbers. We love you. And thank you. John T is my nail technician's name, my new nail tech. And heads up, when I go visit him in January to redo, because of Christmas, I couldn't do a 2 weeks. I had to do 4 weeks out, and they're moving to a new shop. But John T is going to do my book covers. He's going to try and do, oh, where are you, book one? There you are. He's going to try and do this little lightning detail that's up in this upper corner here on my nails. And I'm like, you're kidding me. And he said, I need the practice on line work. Help me out. Because he's not a new nail tech, but he wants to get better at doing certain things with the art. So they be Santa hats because, well, Santa. But with the Kickstarter, that's first half of the year. Like a lot of this past year, pattern-wise, I'm going to reuse it, but I need to write more. I was doing Sarah Cannon's HB90 Plan Your Writing Year during Mel's sprints earlier this evening, and I realized that I've only written there's no such thing as only. Get rid of that word. I've written about 100K words this year, but that's 2 nano events. If I want to keep up with my writing schedule, I gotta put out more than that next year. So addressing then the problem in my plans right here. Mama Maggie, you anticipated that hard. This was the issue. Cheesecake Man and I had planned to have been in that apartment for another year at least, maybe 2, and then get to a house. The universe had other plans for us. So the house is a nice upgrade, but the move, the constant moving, that's the issue. That is the issue, my friend. I would love to move, just not homes. Does that make sense? Like I want to make movements and I want to make motions, but in my author career, in having a baby, not in finding a new place. We have the house. In 2021, I made this mantra of I want 3 things as my focus: books, house, baby. Books, house, baby. Well, we got the house for now under control for this chapter. Let's get the other 2. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I've been spending more and more time on that patio. I step out on that patio multiple times a day just to get air. Totally worth it, totally worth it. But agreed, agreed. To address the real problem in my plans, I wanna write all these amazing things as we all do. We all wanna write such amazing things. I'm sure I am not the only person sitting in this room with at least 20 books in their head at any given time. Looking at you, Mama Maggie. Anyway, and, was it. I didn't even really know what all I wrote until I sat down and calculated it, and it gave me more anxiety to realize I had written a lot in 2022. Maybe half as much in 2023. And for those of us who make a business of it, sometimes facing the anxiety means getting slapped, not actually slapped, but metaphorically slapped in the face by reality. Mel, earlier today, I'm not going to repeat it because all of us who have procrastinator instances heard what we needed to hear, and it hurt because it needed to hurt. um, thank you. Thank you. Um, but yeah, I've wondered if you were also still in chat there, Rachel, because yeah, you were talking about this recently on a live stream actually for your sprints, weren't you? About feeling like you had multiple projects and not trying to call you out again, my friend, more myself. But yeah, it hit deep, but needed to hear it for sure. And it's just also, am I being too hard on myself for the sake of comparison? What is it Sarah says about comparison unaliving creativity? So that was my reality check huge this evening that I need to just manage it more, right? Have grace. Know I can do the thing because repeat performance is a thing. How do you think touchdowns happen every single game for American football? How do you think World Series games for baseball are won? Repeat performances, repeat performances. Um, Managing the anxiety though. What am I doing? Some good tips for y'all. First of all, if you're not journaling, start journaling. Second, it's not just me. It's not just me. It's all of you too, because I know as much as you mom us mom, you probably do it just as much, right? And not trying to call you out, hun, but at the same time, how much of it is just us running around feeling like we're chickens with our head cut off and it's us who's also the butcher. Yes, strategies and tools. Exactly. What are you doing to take care of you? Removing some tension, accepting the fact that I don't write as fast or sometimes dictate as clearly as I would like. I was going to say, maybe not me. I don't think I have a video on that. Sarah might, maybe, but I have a video upcoming on that. Finding ways in your own writing, kind of like Taryn was saying there. Finding ways in your own writing that is more efficient, not just when you sit down in the chair to do the thing, how you go about getting your candles and your whatnots to make you aesthetically comfy, companies, and telling your local family, hey, leave me be. Not just that, but at the same time, what can I do in my writing process to make it more efficient? Because I am sure I am a slow writer when it comes to actually getting stuff on the page, despite actually typing fast, if that makes sense. And this is the other thing. There just aren't enough hours in the day. Those of us who are female and have been moms and wives and business owners on top of that all together understand this, right? Right? Thank you, Miranda, for stopping by. I know it's busy evening for you. Hugs, my friend, hugs. See, I kind of figured you would like that, Beck. A couple of you would resonate about it. And maybe one of the double down days that Kay and I did, maybe not on a Soul Care Sunday. Maybe it was during listening to the voices in our head with Kay recently, but I know we talked about it during a past double down day where we co-hosted together too. So possibly. Those words are hard for some of us. No is a complete sentence. You don't. The Cheesecake Man's gonna love this call out being public. Anyway, Jenna, stop mansplaining yourself. I have 4 older brothers. I was conditioned to mansplain for my husband's sake times 4. But so many of us, quote, mansplain, over-explain, overthink, overanalyze because we're trained to. We're expected to be for whatever reason. And therefore, learning boundaries is a big thing for us with the anxiety management. As much as sometimes we feel silly for bawling our eyes out like a 3-year-old and whatever it manifests as what someone might call attitude actually is an attitude, but you get what I mean. General umbrella term of you're having an attitude applies here. And I don't want to be that person. Some of us were raised to exactly see this that was for some of our upbringing for sure. Journaling, examine the actual meditating. Oh my goodness. Meditating is active daydreaming. Somebody said that to me recently. It's active, healthy daydreaming, but you're not really dreaming. You're healing. And I'm like, they're not wrong. Because some of my best ideas for writing have come about while meditating. And you those of us who say we do our best brainstorming in the shower, we're probably actually in a meditative mindset. Let's get real. I plan on taking more time to stare at myself in the mirror this year. And some of you are like, some people may seem that to be rather conceited, but I genuinely don't. One thing about my upbringing and that I used to say this to myself in the mirror all the time. And I hope no one else does anything like this when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, because it has a multiplied impact, okay? Whether you believe in witchcraft, spellcraft, and mirror magic, it has an impact on your psychology. And I used to look in the mirror and just say the most negative, hateful things, repeating stuff that people said to me. You're never going to make money as an author. Why are you admitting that it's true when it's not? Became the question that I got fed back at me in the mirror the other day. You are worth this. WORTH space THIS. Not worthless. You are worth this, not worthless. You are worth more, not less. And I didn't expect to cry for a while afterward. So for those of you who look in the mirror or say not so nice things to yourself, whether it's out loud or subconsciously, those little thoughts that we think for a second and they're gone, they're not really gone. They're like 1,000 little knife cuts. Stop being the butcher. Stop being the butcher. Okay? I know I tell you all to take care of yourselves. I haven't been such a great steward of doing it until recently. You matter. You always have. Thank you for being here. Take some time with the anxiety to listen to some music that's healthy for you. ASMR is not just about soft talking. Sometimes it's music that's actually scientifically engineered for your brain. I listen to, you usually see one of these in my ear at all times. It's normally binaural beats playing. If you don't know what binaural beats are, you're welcome. You're welcome. Ooh. See, some of us have to learn what it means to really be a best friend first. We've had some good teachers and some not so good teachers over time too. But if you've never known what it means to truly be a best friend, it's about time you start with yourself and start finding out. That could be a dual fix. That could be a dual fix. Somebody, I forget where I heard this from. Somebody said that I'm not an individual. I'm a twin-dividual, meaning I have to take care of my conscious self and my subconscious self. I'm really good at the conscious part, but not so good at the subconscious part. And that's the part that has the greater impact. So if you can find time to give yourself grace, if you can find time to look yourself in the mirror and say, I matter, it might have a bigger ripple effect than you think. It might have a bigger ripple effect than you think. A lot of people ask with the fear and the anxiety and the goddess-sized physique, how do I handle it? For some of us, we need to learn to love ourselves through the process. You've been doing it with your writing forever, and I'm proud of you for all you've done this year. I'm proud of you for doing the one thing that'll get it done, admitting to yourself you can. And telling fear, go sit in the corner. I don't need you anymore. Because it's time to put the knife down. Thank you for being here, everybody. Huge hugs to you. I love you all. You mean so much to me. We have just a couple of vlogs left in Vlogmas. And honestly, I'm glad I didn't give up a year ago. I'm glad I'm still here. I'm glad you're still here. As Taryn's saying, it's time to do a little bit of an update. Time to download and install the correct patches. You're worth it. Have a good night, all. And I'm glad you're all here. Have a good week. An actual vlog tomorrow. Bye.